you teasing me? Making fun of my, and we're back! Okay.
No, I was trying to talk a little bit like Vriska, but I kind of failed.
Vriska?
Boobs!
What are you doing in my nest while I'm not here?
I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd say hello.
How long have you been waiting?
Oh, I don't know. 6 or 7 hours?
Sorry about that. I was hanging out with a friend. It got late. I spent the night. You know how it is.
That's actually not a bad truth. Because it's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
It's truth.
Just hanging
No
out
big
with
deal.
friends, eating some muffins.
On the 4th floor.
Hey, I was thinking we should do something today. Like, take a day trip into the marketplace. I need to get a CD player, and you need to find an article of clothing that isn't blue.
But
I like blue.
his wings are blue!
My boots aren't blue.
See, already off to a great start. Let's go.
We're getting
Sorry,
you some green.
Vriska. I can't today. I've got plans.
With your new friend?
Yeah.
All right. Do I know this person you're suddenly spending all this time with?
Why does it matter?
You know me. Gotta make sure you're not getting mixed up with the wrong crowd.
I'm being mama!
Well, you've been making sure of that for the past few years. I think I've developed a pretty good sense of what's right and wrong by now.
Making his way across the room, John gathers up the largest satchel he owns and begins walking around the perimeter of his nest, packing away scattered bits of supplies and food.
You don't know this place like I do, John. This person you've met could spell trouble for you. Trouble you don't realize you've gotten into until it's too late.
Then it's my risk to take, don't you think?
No, actually, that's really stupid. Why are you being so secretive?
Because John's in his rebellious teenage years.
He kind of is.
Yeah.
Why are you so interested?
Because you've been acting weird lately. You've been all hush-hush about who you're hanging around with. You spent your first night away from home and refused to tell anyone where you were or who you were with?
How did you know it was my first night away from home?
You basically just admitted it to me.
Shit. Look, this is my business, not yours. You don't have to keep worrying about me all the time.
Man, can't you get it through your thick skull? Your safety is
Featherbent.
my business. This person is obviously a horrible influence on you. You should stop wasting your time with them.
John angrily shoves a box of cookies into his bag.
He isn't a waste of my time. And to be honest, I think you're less worried over me and more worried over what I might find out about you.
What?
Look me in the eyes and tell me you haven't been hiding things from me.
Well, excuse me for not divulging my whole life story to you.
Excuse me, princess. It was too easy.
So, you found someone who will reveal all my dirty little secrets. Is that it? Is that the reason why you find him so fascinating? Because he can tell you all about what a ruthless, horrible bitch I am? If that's all you wanted, you could have just put on some tea and let me talk about myself for 3 hours.
Vriska, I'm not stupid. Knowing about you and hunter culture in general, I always thought you were capable of some pretty horrible things.
That's a nice thing to tell the woman that you want to bang.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Look at the sass face.
The point is, I can understand that. It's not just the truth about you that you've been keeping to yourself. It's the truth about everything. Something big is going on in the strata, and you know it. So why can't you just let me in on it instead of treating me like a kid? Do you think I can't handle it or something?
Yes.
John, listen. It's not relevant. It doesn't concern you. Information is power. I'm not going to put you in danger telling you things you don't have to know.
Probably in this bout of anger.
Then don't get upset at me for wanting to find stuff out for myself. This person I met, he's my friend. And I'm going to get to the bottom of all of this, with or without your help.
But I'm your friend too, aren't I? Why can't you listen to me when I say this isn't something you should be messing with?
Alright, Tavros did kind of say that there was something big going on in Strata, but he didn't kind of care. He was just kind of
I
like,
got mad at John for saying he had to kill ship off of the animal.
yeah.
How come you won't tell me why?
Because this is bigger than just you and me. And the less you know, the safer you are.
It's not your job to keep me safe.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon?
It's not my job to willingly endanger you. You're welcome, by the way, ungrateful asshole.
John zips up his satchel with a swift, harsh movement. I put swift and harsh together.
Going off to find your oh-so-amazing friend again? Try not to get killed without me.
John's fist ball on the strap of his bag.
I don't want you here when I get back.
Don't worry, I won't be.
What little sunlight breaks through that the floor is muddled. The level of dimness so early on in the day is telltale of an overcast sky.
Telltale.
Rain is on its way. John regrets not remembering to pack a towel.
When John arrives at the clearing, he finds Carcat facing away from him.
Carcat?
Egbert! I didn't think you were coming back. I took your basket and picked some berries while I was gone. They're not much, but I thought I should try paying you back for the food. They're not poisonous. I'm not trying to kill you, I promise.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
This is so cute! I'm sorry.
What's wrong?
I was planning on leaving after bringing you some supplies, honest. I know we just met, and I don't want to impose, but do you think I could spend the night down here again? I don't think I could go home today.
Look at Carcat's ass face. He's like, the fuck, friend?
Sure. Whatever you're going through up there can wait until morning.
Thanks.
They do the hand touch thing that people do with the popcorn in the theaters.
No, he's trying to avoid doing that.
Oh. I just read half.
Hey, Carcat?
Yeah?
Why didn't you tell me the real reason you're down here?
That music was perfect.
You've talked to Tavros.
Yeah,
I never told you because you never asked.
I'm asking now.
I just want to sit in this awkward tension for a bit. It's beautiful. Oh! And now they do the popcorn thing. Are you gonna hold my hand? Oh, thank you. She's touching me. I don't like it. Oh, they don't recoil.
All right. Follow me.
Oh, Mama Carcat has killed a man. That's just what I'm assuming. I mean, shovel and shit.
Why you doing Star?
Car colors, shit. It's spooky! Yeah, that's pretty much.
Graveyard!
John recognizes the form on the ground as a body of some unknown hunter. Lime chest. Dead.
Oh, Lord!
Show some fucking respect, will you? Only a fraction of the bodies make it all the way down here. The understory brush is too thick. Do you know where we are right now? These are the killing grounds.
It's not until Carcat approaches the body when John realizes the shallow beginning of an open grave next to it. John John looks at the corpse near his feet once more. The blood drains from his face. His knees go weak. Sweat trickles the sides of his neck, and his hands start to tremble. What are we looking at? Oh, are we looking at the body?
Yeah. We're looking at the wing. No, it's
He suddenly feels detached from the world around him, as if he were in a dream, but only just realized it. He doesn't know whether to vomit or pass out.
John, stay with me.
John. What? John swallows whatever it was in the back of his throat. I hate having to do that! Oh, I hate it so much!
We used to be best friends, Terezi and I. When we were young, we were nobodies.
John's attention is drawn from the body. Marquette places a foot at the head of his shovel and starts digging, punctuating his words while tossing dirt mounds over to the side.
My guardian died in a freak accident. She lost hers when she was much younger. So we learned things together. Things our guardians would have taught us if they were around. We promised, once we got older and our flight feathers grew in, we were going to help each other fly. We had a plan. Work hard, break into the ranks, become somebodies. She loved law. The history, the technicalities, the procedures, everything about it. And she was good at it, too.
This is adorable drawing.
So she studied, fixated on the idea of becoming the most infamous legislacerator in the history of the Strata. And I trained. All I wanted to do was get into a decent Thressecutioner Flay Squad. Anything to get out of where we were. We were going to get out. We were going to become somebodies together. But then we turned 13. And our flight feathers came in. Hers were teal. Teal is a good cast for her. Not too high, but high enough to get places with some elbow grease and ambition. She had both in spades. But mine were red. Bright fucking red. Completely off spectrum. Hunter society isn't exactly kind to people who are different. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without being harassed. I could be beaten, exiled, even killed for fuck's sake, and the Strata wouldn't bat an eyelash. I tried keeping it from her as long as I could, telling her that I didn't know what was wrong, that I must have been a late bloomer or something. I tore them out.
Oh. 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 Oh.
One by one, I tore them out as long as I fucking could. I still do it. I can't stand the fucking sight of them. I was 13 when I discovered I was a mutant. And that my entire life would be in the shitter because of it. I decided I couldn't stay. I couldn't keep it a secret forever. I had to leave her behind. The night I planned to run away, she found me. Wrapped up in bloody sheets, surrounded by the feathers I'd ripped out. And she did something I didn't want to think she was capable of. She turned me in. To get her loyalties noticed by the legal council.
What? What do you mean she turned you in? I thought you guys were friends.
She thought she was doing me a favor. Instead of letting me be murdered someday by some discriminatory asshole, she took my case all the way up to the emergent. I didn't know this at first, but Empress Paces has this weird fucking fetish for the underprivileged. The old, the sick, the injured, locked away in these fancy castle rooms with bars on the windows and doors. Her own personal fucking zoo.
To protect you, for your own good.
How long were you kept there?
3 months. It wasn't so bad. Big castle corridor, 3 square meals a day, psychotic empress poking through your steel bars once every couple of weeks to make sure you had everything you needed. You were more of a pet than a prisoner. It was degrading as fuck, but compared to life down here...
What happened after those 3 months?
A coup. I just remember sounds of battle. And... explosions. Things went quiet for a while.
I liked Pfeffery. I like
No
the picture
food.
of Pfeffery.
No water. No word. A few days later, the Imperial Guards removed everyone from the Empress's private misfit gallery. The last thing I remember is passing by the throne room.
Hi, Gansy! Hi, you!
A purple wing sat where Feferi used to be. He had this look in his eyes that made you wonder just how many people he's killed. And this grin that made you realize he's probably lost count. I remember these tattoos he had across his face. Like scars. They just glowed.
This is beautiful.
He had a massive headdress. Feathers of all colors. But there was only one fuchsia. Right in the middle of it. The guards marched me and the others down to the forest floor. I never saw the Empress again.
I can't stop digging. He climbs out of the shallow grave and holds the shovel beside him. Ugh, staring down the limewing's body, the light shower of rain flattens the hunter's hair, making his bangs stick to the sides of his face.
It was 3 years before I found the killing grounds here. Stinking with mounds of old skeletons and rotting corpses. The fresher ones were hung by Terezi's rope. I know her noose as well. I took it upon myself to give them all a proper graveyard. Executioners are present at the time of the Legislacerator's judgment. They take ceremonial sickles, specially colored with traditional stripes, and cut the noose once the accused is dead. It turns out we both reached our childhood dreams, just in opposite directions. She's up there as Chief Legislacerator, and I'm down here, cleaning up the remainders of her judgment. I haven't forgotten what she's done to me, and I'm keeping myself alive on the chance I find the opportunity to remind her. If it means dodging 1,000 sweeps, I will find. Turns out, you and I, John, we're not so different after all. We're both nobodies who had to grow into the role of being completely fucking useless.
She's hugging.
You're not useless.
Carcat doesn't like the hug. But she does do the hug anyway. Oh, that's dumb. Wait, but we can, wait, how do I go back? How do I go beginning? There we go! Now we get to the Vriska story. Did you forget about Vriska's story?
No.
Okay, good.
Be Vriska.
Nostalgia is the most curious thing. A dull sensation of longing that rides on the backs of memories. A profound ache when looking back on how things once were. When we were younger, a little more open, standing at the center of her nest. Vriska stares at the feather, as if its existence mocks her own. Is it possible to ache for something you regret?
There's a knock on the banisters of Vriska's balcony.
Come in.
God damn it, the line is supposed to be 2 bits, not come in.
What?
I don't get it.
That doesn't even make any sense. It's like you're not even trying to do a stupid comedy skit with me.
Hey, Strider. What are you doing here?
What, can a guy visit his favorite lady pirate without being interrogated? I wasn't expecting the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
When was the last time we even spoke?
I don't know. I've been hearing about you, though.
Oh, really? What have you heard?
I don't think what I've heard should be repeated in polite company.
Very
I
funny.
think everyone's skin is supposed to sort of reflect the color of their face.
Oh.
Because you notice John looks kind of blue.
Wait a minute. Hold still.
Hey, what?
Vriska grabs Dave by the shoulders and spins him around till his back faces her. She holds the red feather John left behind at the bottom of Dave's wings. The colors don't match. Dave's flight feathers are black.
Shit.
Circuit, what the hell are you doing? Whose feather is that?
I was hoping it was yours.
That feather? Nope. I'm only red at the top, see? Did you forget why you started calling me Red Wing in the first place? Circuit, I'm hurt.
Forgive me if I don't remember the reasoning behind every name I've ever called someone.
You are forgiven. It's because I'm the only one in the canopy who wears red, since it scares all you hunter types away so easy. The color's a big omen of death for you guys, isn't it? Real bad luck?
Ugh, the color doesn't scare anyone. Yeah, it's the color of death, but wearing it just makes you look cocky. I don't understand how you haven't gotten yourself killed yet. What kind of guardian with any shred of common sense would let their hatchling live in hunter territory wearing a color like that?
Yeah, bro sorta let me do all sorts of really stupid shit that probably should have killed me. He was cool like that. Like this cape? Just some ratty-ass blanket I had when I was little. I'd tie it around my neck to get my Superman on. And bro, in all of his ironic brilliance, sewed it up to look like a proper cape. Couldn't let him get away with that shit, so I started wearing it 24/7. Then he was all like, "Little man, if you're gonna be around hunters in a color like that, you better learn how to not get your ass kicked." He then proceeded to kick my ass until I stopped sucking at sword fighting. The end.
Fascinating.
Please, hold your applause.
I believe you have something for me?
Do I? Nah, I'm just playing. Here it is.
Dave pulls out a small square package.
I got you a CD, and if John asks, I totally didn't.
A CD? Isn't this a bit rich for your blood?
Hey, for your information, I didn't step foot in no marketplace. Holly put together a bunch of electronic shit for me to produce with. I know better than to ask that girl questions about where she gets her shit. This ain't just any old CD. It's my music on there, made just for you. Enjoy.
I don't have a CD player.
Yeah, you should probably get on that. So, now that we've gotten this token stuff out of the way, how about we crack open the wine and celebrate?
How about we don't? That's for celebration night, dummy.
Come on, one glass. No one has to know.
Everyone in the canopy got a bottle. Why don't you just open your own?
Hell no. I'm saving mine for celebration night. I would borrow some from John, but the understory dwellers always get the shittier vintages. Although they're not so much shitty vintages as they are basically fucking grape juice.
The glint at the opposite side of Vriska's neck catches Dave's eye. Shoving his hands in his pockets, Dave strolls over to the far hidden corner of the room, where an array of blades sits mounted on the wall. Sabers, daggers, machetes,
A whole ton of swords.
claymore, probably weighs more than he does. All sharpened edges with heavy hilts and intricate sheaths. All stolen.
What?
Nothing.
You made a noise.
Just admiring the view.
Well,
Mine's better.
bullshit.
You see, I've been in a lot of challenges, but if it's with a sword user, I can eject their best weapon when I win. Booyah.
A large bright blue sword stars as the centerpiece of the collection. A downwards pointing crescent moon serves as a pommel, and the point of the blade itself curves downwards on itself in a long, sharp hook. Ornate, yet functional. It takes Dave's 2 hands to lift it from the shelf, one wrapped at the grip, one flat at the blade.
Haven't taken this one for a spin in a while, have you?
It's for special occasions.
I would never put you and swords together, though. I always figured you were more of an explosives kind of gal.
You remember that, huh? I dabbled when I was younger. Then I grew up and decided to put my efforts into something a little more sophisticated.
Uh-huh. And here I thought it was because your explosives just sucked.
Watch yourself, Strider. If you keep talking like that, I might just go ahead and challenge you for that pretty little nest of yours. And then where would you be?
I would be approximately 1 sword richer.
I think it's time for you to leave.
Wouldn't you know it, I was just on my way
I
out.
wanted to ask about John.
May the sweet bring you to great heights.
Don't look down.
Yeah, she'll go look for John herself.
The Imperial Guards didn't let Vriska into the grounds at first.
Because Vriska's a bitch.
When she holds her arms akimbo and barks her name in their direction, they instantly make an exception. Hours when your name serves as a password. The most notable thing about Terezi's nest is the scent.
That's nice. Okay, that's it for right now. May the sweet bring you to great heights.
Don't look down.